Hello everyone, it's Kathy Champion and you're back with me here at Random Acts of Stamping, and yes, we stamp. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Gastonia, North Carolina, and today I thought we were going to look at this True Love Designer Series paper. Now when you see this in the catalog, you automatically think Valentine's Day because it is with a Valentine's stamp, but look at this. This paper is so gorgeous, and you do not have to limit yourself to just a Valentine's card. I did this one, and yes, I did put love across it, but I used some of the gold flaking. It's kind of a messy process, but I colored this flower and cut it out. I don't think it was this exact piece. Maybe it was this one. And I just colored a bunch of those, and I cut them, and I made them to fit on this card. And yes, I did use the Love stamp set with this one, but I just wanted to let you know that this particular pack of paper can be used year-round. If you love black and whites, if you are a fan, and I am, I love black and white, this pack of paper will be right up your alley. We're going to do a birthday card, and sort of a fun fold at that. And I've got my pieces all cut, and I'm going to lay those over out of my way. But I do want to show you, here is some of that Designer Series paper. And you can see that these colors are not at all your reds and your Valentine colors. So True Love Designer Series paper. Like I said, you will want to go and check this out. It's in the new mini catalog. So go take a look at it, because I think you will be pleasantly surprised. We're going to flip through this real quick, just so you can kind of get an idea. There's that beautiful, look at this one. I love the black on the background. There's that one. Same here. And then this is a smaller version of those little clusters of flowers. And there's the polka dot. And that diagonal stripe that I showed you earlier. And these are gorgeous. And then you have this hexagon looking Designer Series. And then you have, and there's that larger flower again. And then this one. And then these are like little tiny stars on the black and white. And this piece right here I fell in love with. In fact, I've pretty much almost used it up. I have a little bit left, part of a sheet. But I want to show you what my plan for this is today. And I just want to show you how versatile this can be, just adding it with some stamp sets and some black and white cardstock. Okay, so our card base is going to be 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And then our smaller card that's going to go inside is going to be 3 1/2 by 9 inches, and that's going to be scored at 4 1/2. And then we're going to need some mats. So our front flap mat is going to be 4 1/8 by 2 5/8, and that's going to live there. We're going to need an inside mat for the back of this, and this is going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And the reason I made it bigger is I just want that little bit to peek around, because we got a lot going on. So now the little card, we've got 2 mats that are the same size, one Designer Series paper, and these are 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. And the mat for the inside is the same dimensions, 3 3/8 by 4 3/8. And that will live inside for our sentiment. And then we're going to put a gift card holder that's going to go right here, and that is 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. And I'll show you exactly how that's going to work once we get to that point. But those are all of our pieces, and from the Tasteful Label dies, I cut out the larger die in black and this one right here in white, and that's what this looks like. And we are going to stamp Happy Birthday on here from the, here's a card, and there's my Happy Birthday. And that's going to stamp right there. And then inside the Happiest of Birthdays, I'm going to use this large Wishing You the Happiest of Birthdays, and that's going to go inside the card right here, just like that. So it's going to be a very striking card when we're finished, and I think it's going to come together really easily. Once you get your pieces cut, it looks a lot more intimidating than it is. But I think you're going to love this card once I show you all of the elements and exactly how to put it together. So let's start off first and let's put our mat in. And I'm going to put my little pieces over here. And I think for this, I want to use liquid glue. I think to want to buckle down a little bit too fast, so I'm just going to swirl my liquid glue over top of this. Let's try that again. This is going to be mostly covered up, so I don't think it's going to hurt that it wrinkled a little bit, and we'll press that out with the bone folder. Still not able to get that just where I want it. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to iron that out using my bone folder. And if you got adhesive on it, we'll just use our little adhesive eraser and erase that off. It's always good to have one of these. Stampin' Up used to sell them and they discontinued it. And but you can find these in most craft stores. I think they're called a Xyron eraser. Wonderful little tool to have. Alright, now once we get that pressed down, we are going to, let's go ahead and put our mat on the front of this. So this is going to be our little card and our front mat. And I'm going to use liquid glue. I'm not going to deal with that again. I don't think I want to go there. So I'm just going to squeeze a little liquid glue. And the secret behind liquid glue is to have a light touch. So, and make sure you pay attention right here. If your paper has a directional, you know, whether it's stripes or flowers or whatever, make sure it's going in the right orientation. This one, I think, could go either way, so I think we're safe. Alright, now this little flap is going to go on this piece of our card. So I'm going to bring this over. And I'm going to, again, very gently with my glue. And I'm going to glue this down just like this. And then we have our little white mat that needs to go inside of this card. So right here. Before we put this in, let's go ahead and stamp our Happy Birthday. So I am going to use, I'm going to use a black ink that I haven't used in a while, but I love this for my sentiments. And this is just a pigment black ink. And I always get beautiful results from this ink. So we are going to line this up right here. And I'm going to take it up just a little bit to give enough room at the bottom for signing and stamp. I'm just going to let it sit there and let that ink transfer to the paper. You always want to rub it and just make sure, but don't wiggle the stamp. Hold it nice and tight. Very, very pretty. So now this is going to go, let me close this ink back up. Now this is going to go right inside of here. And let's line it up. Line it up. Just like that. Very pretty. Press it down. That looks beautiful. Now we need to do our little piece at the top, and this is going to be a gift card holder. So I'm going to bring it down to about here, but I also want to do a little circle punch. So I'm going to grab maybe something like a 1 1/4 inch punch. And all I'm going to do is just do a little half moon punch, just about like that. And this is what we have. Now we could go either way with this. We could put it like this or like this, but I think since we're using this paper, I think I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to show you how careful you need to be in putting this down. We're definitely going to use our liquid glue, but we are going to run just a tiny bead down the side and across the bottom, and then up this side. You want to leave that top open so that you can get a slide a gift card in it. And then just adhere this down, center it, and then rub those sides down. And now you've got a nice little pocket here to slide a gift card in. And a gift card will fit in there. I checked it before I cut it. So now what we want to do is we want to glue this card on top of this white mat, because what's going to happen, this is going to come up like so. And we're going to bring this up and give ourselves about 1/4 inch. So we're going to put glue on the back of this piece. So a good amount of glue on here wouldn't be a bad thing. And then what I want to do is make sure that I'm getting this even on both sides with just that 1/4 inch at the top. Just like that. And you can raise this up and just kind of push it down. And if you got a little excess of glue, just wipe it off, just like that. Now this is going to go like this. Now we need to stamp our happy birthday. And I've got this, and I'm going to go back in with the same ink. And this is just a black pigment ink. You can use your Memento. I just like this to get a really dark, beautiful image. And I'm going to come right over top, about there, and stamp. Very pretty. And then we are going to put this on here. And I'm wondering if I want to pop that up. I think I do. I think I'm going to use some dimensionals. And I am going to put maybe about 1, 2, 3 across there. And we'll lift those off, just like so. And now we want to make sure we get this nice and even. Oops. So I am going to make sure that that's kind of centered up in the, oops, that's not good. And Bella is snoring again, y'all. Oh. And that goes right there. And there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. So pretty. Alrighty. So now we are going to put this down. And I do want to put it on dimensionals, but I only want the dimensionals at the very bottom of this. And you're going to see why, because we're going to use this to tuck the card under so that the card stays closed. And I think that is just brilliant. So we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals across the bottom. So right across here. And I'm going to put one there. One there. I want them to be significant to hold this. So I'm going to put quite a few across the bottom. This little piece is going to get a lot of wear and tear. So we're not going to skimp on our dimensionals. And now we're going to put this down. Just like this. I want to make sure that I'm getting it nice and straight. And then that comes out like that. And then this will just slide back under there, just like that. And it helps hold that piece down. So now we need to decorate this. And what I did is I went and just took out some black and white cardstock, and I used my 2 daisy punches. These are in the annual catalog. They are one of the staples in the Stampin' Up catalog, and I did 2 large ones, one white, one black, and 2 small ones, one black and one white. And what I want to do is I want to offset these by putting them down like that. And what I did is I curled my petals under and then pulled them up. So you'll want to use your bone folder and curl your petals under and then pull them up. And I did that for each one of my little daisies. So we are going to put this one, I'm going to use glue dots for this. My little mini glue dots, because I think these will work really good and without being, I'll tell you what, let's just go in here and stick that to that. And then we are going to offset it just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the black one. We're going to offset it just like that and get it right in the middle. So cute. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. And we're going to offset this one as well. So it's going to go like that. So cute. And now what we want to do is put the whole thing up on a dimensional. So we're going to turn it over, put a dimensional right here, and then we're going to put the whole thing here on our card, but we're going to need some leaves. So I'm going to look in my dies and find something that looks really pretty. This is not a set that I have used yet, but this is so pretty. Look at these pretty leaves, and these would be so adorable. Or if I want to just do black, I think black would be stunning. Let's get a little scrap of black. got a smaller piece that we can try it on. Yeah, we can try it on that little piece. See if it works for us, and then we'll know whether we want to do some more like that. So we'll put that in there, something like this. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. And let's peel this out of our die. And once you get them to come loose, then you can just pull them right out. Sometimes the paper just doesn't want to quite let go. That's what this little tool is so good for. Oh yeah, look at those. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. That is gorgeous. Let's do another one. And we'll have one coming down this way. Oh, those are so pretty. I'm going to love playing with this set. I can see that. That might be my next project, y'all. It comes with a stamp set as well, so we might have to play with the In Bloom and Pierce Bloom die set. So pretty. Alright, and we'll peel that one away. And let's go ahead and pop it out. And there we go. And we'll put this one down this way. And that is gorgeous. I love that. So we're going to put those like that. Just let them kind of hang off of the edge of that just a little bit. And this one doesn't look like it's quite on there like it should be. The good thing about these paper flowers is you can manipulate them. There, that looks better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, let's move this out of our way. And we'll take the backer off of that. And I'm going to bring this card over in the center. And I just want to put this down just like that. And we are going to take just some liquid glue and put a little bit right there. And I'm going to tuck these just ever so gently under there, just like that. And the same with this, just a little glue like that. And stick that one right there. And now the only thing we need is something in the middle here. And you can use a hole punch and punch a little, I have some little hole punches that are like an inch, and that would be perfect on the black. Let's see if I've got a piece here big enough. This is what I call using up your scraps. Yep, that will work, and we could put that right there. I was going to use a gem, but I think I like this bit better, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to put some, Stampin' Up has a little much overlooked product that I don't like to use it on my inked pieces because it seems to take away, or it causes the ink to run. So I don't use it on that, but I do think if I can get it out of here. maybe this is not the best place to keep it. This is almost like a crystal glaze, and it is called Shimmer Crystal Effect. And what it will do is it will make the inside of that flower very shimmery. So we are going to put just a tiny bit, and all you want to do is just swirl it around. And you do have to give this time to dry. So we'll come back once this dries and look at this again. You do want to kind of get the air bubbles out of it. Just like that. And now I'm going to leave this to dry. And I think I'm just going to lay something on it to keep it flat. And when we come back, we will check that out and see how beautiful that is with that little center in there. But isn't this card adorable? I mean, look at this. It has everything. It has a place for a gift card, and you can also mat it here if you like, or you could put a mat there to put your sentiment on. Totally up to you. I love this. I think it came together really, really pretty. It's a card that makes a statement. And I love doing it in this black and white. I thought it was beautiful. We'll be back and we'll revisit this, and then we'll kind of review everything from there. Be right back. All right, our shimmery crystal effects has dried, and I love the way it looks. See, it looks. It actually, I don't know if the light is catching, it's more than just, it looks like a gem. It's actually got iridescent colors in it. It is gorgeous. So I'm real pleased with the way that turned out. I also used this bow die that comes in the pierced blooms. It was right here, and I thought I'll just cut it out and see if I like it. And I laid it right here, and I love that bow right up there in the corner. It's delicate, but yet it just adds so much. And all I did was I put that on with a glue dot, and this card is done, and I think it is stunning. I love the black and white. I love the fact that we have a huge birthday wish right here. We have a little spot here to slide a gift card in, and everything coordinates, and you've even got this little place here to hold everything together. I love this. I think it turned out really cute. I hope that y'all like this. Oops, I dropped my die. I'm always dropping something. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope that you enjoyed watching the process of putting this card together. I'm going to move this off of here and see if we can get just kind of zero in on the card itself. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit, and you'll have to tell me what you think. If this is something you think, it's a very easy card to make, even though it does have a lot of components. It's basically 2 cards in one. You have your main card base, and then you have this little card that you just glue on. And with the magic of 2 folds, almost like an easel card but backwards, you have this beautiful little fold. And I am in love with the black and white. So I can't wait to send this off to someone for their birthday, and I have just the person in mind. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and God bless you and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything you do and say bring glory to your Father in heaven. He is so worthy of our praise, honor, and our life. So be kind to someone, and until we craft again, may God bless and keep you. Bye-bye.